It says right there.
No, it's right there.
How do you not know?
The weekly thruster.
Yeah, we're on the weekly
It
thruster.
only says weekly thruster.
Yeah,
It
that's
says
what we're
right
talking
there.
about.
That's what we're talking
We're
about.
talking about the weekly thruster?
Yep.
We're
Why
on
we
the
do
week.
the weekly thruster? Okay, let's talk about that.
It's not even. Is it morning? No, it's afternoon.
It's afternoon. 1 minute.
We're a little late. Good afternoon, internet fitness world.
Yes.
Welcome to the weekly thruster. Today is not a topic where I'm going to have a whole lot of things to participate on. How to get better at running. Is that a question mark?
I don't know.
Yes.
Does it need
My
a question mark?
eyes Really?
It is a question.
How to
Actually
get
got
better
this
at
question
running?
today. And I think you have to break it down. Why do they want to get better at running? What they came to you for a reason, because there's something in running that they're not good at, and that's why they want to get better at it.
All of it.
Could be your cardio. It could be technique. It could be, there's a whole bunch of things that you could look at. Obviously, when you go into a movement, you always want to break it down to skill first, like see if they have the actual skill to do it, because running is a skill, and you want to make sure that their form is good first. Like today, I had one where she said, my cardio is not good. Okay, then we have to look at the cardio aspect of things rather than technique. Obviously, making sure that technique's still there. But just like anything, like when you go into lifting, right? Like I want to get better at lifting. You don't lift more weight, right? It's like, what is it about lifting? Maybe it's your form, or maybe it's barbell cycling, which is still form,
It might be your mobility.
It could be your mobility.
Yeah.
So you have to dissect that, find whatever it is, take it out of the skill, and build that foundation first, and then throw it back into the skill. How'd you get better at running?
Funny thing is actually technique. I used to heel strike like crazy when I used to run. When I ran in the past, and always would hurt my knees and my hips the next day. I would never really midfoot strike and concentrate on the hamstring pull. Like, just slowing it down a lot more and getting that technique down. I mean, if you want to get better at something, you better fine tune like the little things before you start going faster or going for a longer distance or trying to PR your 400 or 200. You can get a lot better if you slow down.
And I feel like with running, people get very lazy, where it's such a natural thing for people to do, because it's a natural, like people walk, and it's just like a higher pace thing.
They're born.
Yeah, and so they'll just go through the motions without even thinking about it. Whereas if they go to a barbell, it's not a natural thing, so they have to think about what they're doing, but they don't think about it when they're running. And so that's where people get lazy. Things roll forward and like, oh, my knee hurts, my back hurts, my whatever, and they're not really focusing on it because it's something that they've done since they started walking. So
We look sad today because we're talking about running. That's why we're sad, Shelly. Come on now.
Running is sad.
What?
My running is sad.
I don't know. I just wanted to play something in there.
I think for me, I have not worked on my breathing yet for running, but I think that's probably one of the main reasons that I can't run better. And even today we had a 1.5 mile run. So I was trying to do what you're saying and not be lazy about it, because I knew if I was, I wouldn't hit the pace I wanted. So I tried to think about, okay, if my leg's sore, my leg's tired, do I need to pick up the pace there? Or is it more that my lungs are tired and I need to concentrate on my breathing? So almost in the moment too, you can start to identify what is it about this skill or about running that's hard for me or I don't like. And in the moment start adjusting it, but like they're saying, not to just go for a marathon and then figure it out, but take it down out of context too, out of the middle of a high volume workout, and take those 10-15 minutes aside at the end of the day to work on it too.
I think something that someone could always, like everyone should work on, is breathing during running.
Yeah.
A lot of people will just focus on, I need to get to point A to point B, and by the time they get there, they're huffing and puffing. But for every breath in, focus on your steps. So let's say you inhale for 3 steps, exhale for also 3 steps. So that way you're breathing consistently rather than sucking in just a lot of air and then breathing out real quick and then, So everyone's going to be different. So make sure you count your steps. You're practicing right now?
Yes.
Gotta move
Yes.
legs with it.
I mean, I think I've been trying a lot and realized that I'm not, no matter how many times I don't cherry pick the running workouts, try not to skip the running workouts because that's the stuff I'm absolutely the worst at. But it's not a matter of my cardio. It's not a matter of, with me personally, I'm a horrible runner because I'm taking short steps. My technique is completely off. Like I stop and walk not because I'm tired, but because it's some other reason.
Yeah,
So
you're spending too much energy somewhere else.
Yes.
Where you could be more efficient.
And in a 400-meter run at my pace where I want to go, which is that 2:30, 3-minute mark, I'm not even breathing hard at the end of the run, but yet it's still
Taxing.
really hard for me. And that's where it comes down to like, it's all in that technique.
But it's not just running, it's everything. There's always ways to get better with any movement, and it's going to be the same for everything that we do.
So if someone were to try and improve their technique, what would be some drills that you guys would have them do? Would you start off with like a 200 meter or even shorter, or
I wouldn't even have
be a
them
salt
run.
runner? Well,
I would have them like do butt bounces to make sure that like their arms are tracking in the correct position. Like here, like your arm should be moving back and forth, right, up to shoulder level, and then back down to your pocket. So just learning like that in itself is difficult, especially when you go to a 100%, like your top speed for max effort. Like you'll see that happen a lot.
You're gonna want to like overthrow it too.
Your momentum is
Yeah.
going left and right rather than forward and backwards.
Be over here while you're running.
Yeah. So focusing on arm movement, and then there's a million different ways to focus on your leg movement. Just making sure that those are in line first, and then you go from there.
there's your face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm speaking.
I'll take credit for all this.
All right, guys. So that's phenomenal information. People are going to start asking you questions about running. Don't skip
Do.
the running days and work on your form, right? Let's figure out why, if you're not good at running, why you're not good at running, and attack those portions of that.
Come to running days.
Come to running days. Don't skip.
You'll learn.
Come today.
Come today, this
Yeah.
afternoon.
Don't say you hate running because Instagram tells you to hate running.
You gotten that?
Huh?
You gotten that?
Make quads great again.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I love running.